Okay, good morning, welcome back to Untitled TV, and hopefully it's the second video you've watched this week that has come from the Wilson Club range, because we're going to continue with what is the Wilson FG Tour V6 forged head better player iron. Looking very, very nice. We'll get to aesthetics in a minute. So yeah, we're back at Clark's Golf Centre. Nice to be testing some product. It's lovely and warm as well, almost tempted to take the jumper off. The sun's shining, it's proper weather that makes you want to get out there and play. But yeah, really looking forward to getting out and testing this club. Got the laptop on my knee because I'm going to reel out some information as I did with the D300s. Let's first of all, before I start to reel off the information, aesthetically this product looks absolutely superb. Maybe I'm just guilty of or a glutton rather, for a high shiny chrome finish, but they certainly catch my eye, and it is exactly that. It's a very shiny finish, high chrome, minimal markings in terms of the branding and whatnot, minimal offset at address. It's a quality looking, it's a muscle back blade, I suppose you'd call it. It's a very thin top line. Overall size the club again is relatively small and compact, but for me it's something that I would consider, whereas with the D300 it was straight away I'd be put off by it. This is something that my eye would be drawn to. Maybe should be looking at more like the D300s than this, but I like these things anyway. Right, so in the some tungsten weighting, 20 grams of tungsten split in between the heel and the toe in the long irons, and it's centered on the mid irons. We've seen this change a few times. Lower the center of gravity and provide optimal forgiveness across the iron set. So they're moving, playing around with this weighting depending on the long or the shorter irons. And again, that's nothing new. Impact area mass, and again, it's a cavity back design. But it's got, again, and it really, I'm just reading as I go here, but it's again this reference that I said to you. It's almost like what I term a muscle back iron. So it's a thin blade. Yes, there's a small cavity in there, but again, there's that little bit of assistance as well. And 8620 carbon steel forged head, which again, I'm expecting, not hit this thing yet, literally gone straight into the intros, but I would expect that this again is all about feel, and again, that's the kind of thing that I get excited by, rather than the big, more clumbers and hits that are clubs that have got plenty of assistance but don't have that same feel. So I'm hoping that's the case with these new Wilson FG Tours. Anyway, that's enough of my waffle. Move the camera, get into some balls and see if this one is as good as it looks. Right, okay, so we are back on and good to go now with the FG Tour V6. This is the forged head, don't forget, and as I said in the intro, much more like it in terms of aesthetics for me personally. And as I say in the last video about the D300, that is very much a personal opinion, what you like to see sat behind the ball. For a lot of people, the thin sort of blade looking like club will be far too thin and compact at address, and they prefer the D300s, which will offer perhaps a little bit more confidence when you sit that club behind the ball. It is that chunkier club head. So again, that's down to personal preference. But anyway, I'm going to hit these balls. I've hit 5 or 6 off camera. I'm just going to relay some of that information to you so far. So once again, fairly consistent in terms of the dispersion numbers. Carry 153, 147, 146, 158, 156. All decent balls in terms of hitting down the line, which is something I'm really pleased with. And again, spin numbers, as you'd expect, a lot higher with this club than the D300, that is. So at 5.4, top one being 5.9, that spin number is quite good. Fairly consistent ball striking, and overall I'd be more than happy with that. Now, first point to mention before I'll hit a few balls on camera. First point to mention, and this is incredible, it always blows my mind in terms of what they're doing. This is a 7 iron, D300 was a 7 iron. D300 was lofted at 29.5 degrees. This thing is lofted at 35 degrees, so 5.5 degrees difference in terms of the strength of the loft. So straight away, while we were peaking out at, I don't know, high 170s in terms of the 7 iron that we hit with the D300, this is going to be, for me, it's almost sort of 2 to 3 clubs difference in terms of loft. So what I'm looking at, the numbers in and around the 155 carry 160 area is much more where I'd expect to be. My current iron, don't forget, well, I say don't forget, I'm back to my MP5s at the moment, and again loft will be similar sort of club head, and so will the distances, so it's where I'd expect a 7-iron to be. But don't forget, we are going to lose, and the question is, are you prepared to sacrifice that sort of 20 yards almost in some shots with the D300s or game improver irons, if you like, stronger lofted clubs, for the feel and aesthetics that is going to offer you from this type of club. Right, so let's see if we can hit a few balls on camera to back up what we've done off camera. Slightly down the left. Is it? Yeah, it's down that left hand side. Bit too far left, that one. Maybe again, judging by the distances as well, 161 carry was it? I can just glance back there. Maybe, always when the camera gets on, you always tend to try that little bit harder. It doesn't always work, as we well know. Right, let's ease off the gas. That's a better ball. Again, the feel out these things is incredible. That was right down the target line. Let's finish and see the numbers. So, around the 160 carry, spin number great at 5.7. But ultimately, the biggest thing for me, and always will be with forged head clubs, and it's always going to be the reason why I find it very difficult that I will ever change, and we'll see if that happens in the future. But forged head, it's just a feel, and when you hit a shot like that one, which was right out the middle, very, very nice, it feels like butter. It really does, and it's a great feeling, and you don't get that out of anything other than a forged club, I'm afraid. Right, let's hit one more, and there's another one, and that's down the target line as well. As it leaks slightly to the right? No, maybe a yard or so. We'll certainly be pin seeking with that one. Slightly lesser in terms of distance. It's only 150 carry there, was it 155? But yeah, what I would say, I'll maybe hit one more ball before we go. Again, I said on the last video, we're going to do something slightly different going forward, and it's basically two questions. Is would I buy this club, and will I buy this club? Because I think it's a very important question to ask anyone who's doing a review. And sometimes, don't forget, I mean, ultimately, I buy my golf clubs, I'm not given them, so I can't swap and change every other week like perhaps some people could. So my decisions are based on what I would I put my hand in my pocket and invest in the technology that I'm testing. The answer is on this one is, would I buy this golf club? The answer would be yes. Will I buy this golf club? The answer is going to be no. And the backup of that is this, is that I love the golf club. Very much my cup of tea, so to speak. Great feel, great looks. I'm willing to sacrifice 20 yards of performance if I can get that kind of feel out of a proper 7-iron. And the answer, the only reason that I wouldn't buy this club is because I do think they're very similar to the MP5s that I've got currently. Every reason and justification that I've got the MP5s is basically packed into this Wilson FG Tour iron, but all said and done, it's a cracking golf club, and really enjoyed hitting that one. Right, as ever, thanks for watching. I will be back at Clark's very soon to do some more product testing, and keep tuned in for Thursday night golf show. Should be